Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, what is happening to my body? You're eating the same things. You're moving just as you always have. Nothing has drastically changed, and yet your clothes feel a little snugger. That waistline isn't quite what it used to be, and the number on the scale is treacherously, slowly creeping up. And no matter how much you brush it off, something inside keeps asking, is this just getting older, or is something else going on? Perhaps this hasn't just happened to you. Maybe it's your older sister, your neighbor from the summer community, or a close friend. Just yesterday, she was full of energy, and today she's slowed down, gained some weight, and feels like a stranger in her own body. And the saddest part is, nobody talks about it. Everyone just sighs and says, well, honey, what do you expect after 60? But what if I told you that's not the whole story? There are hidden mistakes, things that most women don't even realize they're doing, that are slowly, quietly, and unfairly leading to weight gain in our later years. And it's not because you're lazy. It's not because you aren't trying. It's because no one ever told you what's really happening behind the scenes. For many women of a certain age, these changes don't just affect the body. They hit your confidence, your peace of mind. They can make you feel invisible, draw judgment from others, or worse, create a feeling that you've somehow failed, that you haven't taken good enough care of yourself. But here's the truth. You are not to blame, and you deserve to know what's happening to your body and how to get back in control, gently, naturally, and with self-love. By the end of this video, you'll learn about 6 hidden mistakes that could be the reason for unwanted weight gain in older women, and how simple changes can help you feel lighter, stronger, and more like yourself again. We'll break it all down, step by step, without any complicated medical jargon, without judgment, just an honest look and caring advice you can actually use. This isn't about chasing youth. It's about your health, your confidence, and your peace of mind. Let's begin and talk about the first hidden mistake that causes so many older women to gain weight without even realizing it. Skipping meals. I want to tell you about Catherine. She's 72, independent, sharp as a tack, and still drives out to her little cabin on the lake on weekends and never misses her weekly game of bridge with the girls. But lately she's noticed that her slacks don't fit the way they used to. The weight seems to be settling around her middle, and she can't figure out why. She tells her daughter, but I hardly eat anything. I even skip breakfast. I just don't have an appetite in the morning. Does that sound familiar? Here's the thing. Skipping meals, especially breakfast, seems harmless. You might even think it's helping. After all, if I eat less, I should weigh less, right? But that's precisely where the mistake lies. As we age, our metabolism naturally slows down. The body isn't as efficient at processing energy anymore. And when you skip a meal, especially in the morning, your body doesn't think, oh great, fewer calories. It thinks, alert, food is scarce. I need to store fat immediately, just in case. This is called metabolic confusion. Your body starts working against you, clinging to every calorie like a life raft. It starts storing fat instead of burning it. And what's worse, when you finally do get hungry later in the day, you're more likely to grab something quick and sweet. Snacks that spike your blood sugar, make you feel even worse, and don't give your body what it truly needs. Catherine, like so many women, thought she was being disciplined. But in reality, she was unintentionally training her body to store fat and constantly crave sugar. And over time, these quiet habits turned into stubborn pounds that wouldn't go away. There's a common myth that eating less means weighing less. But in our mature years, skipping meals doesn't help. It hurts. It disrupts your hormones, messes with your energy levels, and affects your mood, memory, and even your sleep. So what can you do? Start small, go slow. Begin your day with something small but nourishing, a hard-boiled egg with a pinch of salt, half a cup of oatmeal with a spoonful of flaxseed, a slice of avocado toast, or a few spoonfuls of plain yogurt with a handful of berries. Nothing complicated, just a gentle signal to your body. Hey, we're okay. You can burn energy. You don't need to hoard everything. And here's what's important. Eating breakfast doesn't mean eating a huge portion like you did in your youth. It means giving your body the signal it needs to start the day in a state of balance, not panic. So if you've been skipping meals thinking you were helping yourself, now you know. Your body isn't trying to betray you. It's just responding to the signals you're sending it. And what you eat is just as important as when you eat. Which brings us to our next hidden mistake. This one hides behind the mask of healthy living, but it can do more harm than good. Let's move on to the second hidden mistake that many older women fall into without even realizing it: believing too strongly in so-called diets for seniors. Take Margaret, for example. She's 68, energetic, sociable, and always the first to volunteer at the Homeowners Association meeting. A few months ago, she joined a wellness group at the local senior center. They gave her a brochure that read, "A low-fat, low-calorie, safe diet for seniors." It sounded reliable, gentle, healthy, so she started following it. She cut out butter, she gave up eggs, she switched to skim milk, plain crackers, and boiled vegetables. No oils, no nuts, and certainly no red meat. She told herself, "I'm doing everything right. I'm taking care of myself." But after 3 months, she felt worse. The fatigue set in. She had less energy. Her stomach felt softer, and her clothes felt tighter, and she couldn't understand why. Here's the truth. These so-called diets for seniors often sound good on paper, but in real life, they backfire. Many of them strip your body of the most essential nutrients, especially those that are crucial with age. Healthy fats and quality protein are removed from the diet, leaving behind bland carbohydrates, starches, and processed diet foods that do nothing to help your metabolism. When you cut out healthy fats, you deprive your body of one of the key tools for balancing hormones, which is especially important for postmenopausal women. And when you cut back too much on protein, you start to lose muscle mass. And when you lose muscle, your metabolism slows down even more. This means your body burns fewer calories even when you're just sitting still. It kicks off a chain reaction that most women don't even notice. The main misconception here is that fat is bad, that fat makes you fat. But that's outdated thinking. In reality, healthy fats help you feel full longer, reduce sugar cravings, and regulate your body's natural systems. Your brain needs fat. Your hormones need fat. Your joints, skin, memory, all of it depends on fat. So what should you do? You don't need to throw all your eating habits out the window. You just need to make small, smart changes. Start adding slices of avocado to your lunch, drizzling a spoonful of olive oil over your steamed vegetables, or eating a handful of almonds or walnuts as a snack. Even a hard-boiled egg from time to time. You're not indulging, you're nourishing yourself. You're giving your body what it's been asking for all along. And don't be afraid of full-fat plain yogurt, small portions of fatty fish, or nut butter. They aren't the enemy. In fact, they might be exactly what your body has been missing. So while the idea of a safe diet for seniors sounds comforting, in reality, these restrictive, stripped-down diets can do more harm than good. You don't need to eat like a bird to be healthy. You just need balance, nourishment, and a little wisdom in your choices. But even if you have the right food on your plate, there's one sneaky habit that could be undermining your health while you're not even looking. Let's talk about a mistake that seems innocent but can slowly add on pounds without your knowledge: prolonged sitting. Irene, 74, used to start every morning the same way. She'd put on her sneakers, grab the leash, and take her four-legged friend Buddy for a 20-minute walk around the block. It was her time, her ritual, her breath of fresh air before the day began. But then she had hip replacement surgery. The recovery was slow. She started spending more time sitting at home. Her days turned into hours spent on the couch or at the dining room table by the window. She promised herself she'd start going out again soon. 6 months later, Buddy was still being walked by her daughter, and Irene had gained 15 pounds. Here's what most people don't realize. Prolonged sitting slows your metabolism to a crawl. Your body becomes more efficient at storing energy because you're not burning it. Your circulation worsens, your muscles weaken, and over time, this lack of movement starts to show up as belly fat and stubborn weight around your waist. It doesn't happen overnight. That's what makes the habit so dangerous. It's slow, it's quiet, and it's easy to overlook. And here's the biggest misconception. Many older women think that rest is always better than movement. They're told to take it easy, to avoid exertion, to sit down and relax. And of course, rest is important. But inactivity isn't rest. Inactivity is stagnation. And when your muscles aren't being used, the body starts to lose them. This leads to more body fat, less energy, and a higher risk of falls, weakness, and weight gain. So what can you do? You don't need to run a marathon. You don't even need to leave the house. You just need movement. Small, consistent movement. Stand up every hour, stretch your arms, march in place during the commercial breaks on TV. Walk down the hall and back. Even washing dishes, sweeping the floor, or folding laundry counts as movement. Your muscles are like tiny engines. The more you use them, the more calories they burn, even when you sit back down. So if you spend most of your day sitting, don't beat yourself up, but feel empowered because you can start moving again, gently, safely, and right where you are. But here's the catch. Even if your body's moving right, the wrong beverage can still be working against you. Let's talk about what's in your glass. Diane, 69, is proud of her diet. She hardly ever snacks, eats mostly home-cooked meals, and watches her portions. But every day after lunch, like clockwork, she reaches for a can of diet soda. She tells herself, well, at least it's not the regular sugary kind. 0 calories, 0 sugar. It's the smart choice. But her belly keeps growing, and that's when she learns the truth. Light or zero drinks aren't as harmless as they seem. Artificial sweeteners, like aspartame or sucralose, are chemically designed to taste sweet without adding calories. Sounds perfect, right? But the body doesn't quite agree. Studies show that these sweeteners confuse the brain and the gut. They send mixed signals that disrupt your hunger hormones. Your body prepares to receive calories but never gets them. The result? More hunger, stronger cravings, and increased fat storage, especially around the abdomen. And it's not just diet sodas. Store-bought fruit juices, even the natural ones, are overloaded with sugar and stripped of the fiber found in whole fruits. They cause a sharp spike in blood sugar, followed by an equally sharp crash, leading to fatigue and another round of hunger. So what's the better choice? Water. Simple, powerful, and often underestimated. Add slices of lemon, cucumber, or mint if you want to give it some flavor. Drink herbal teas, chamomile, peppermint, or hibiscus, and try to drink at least 6 to 8 glasses a day. Your body needs water to flush out toxins, support digestion, and help regulate your metabolism. Remember, what you drink is just as important as what you eat. But even if your plate is clean and your glass is clear, there's one more mistake that's the hardest to talk about. Because it's not about food or movement, it's about emotion. Let's talk about the quiet battle that many older women face. Emotional eating, driven by loneliness. Rose, 75, lost her husband 2 years ago. She still lives in the same apartment. She still hasn't moved his favorite armchair from the living room, and she looks at their wedding photo every morning. But the nights feel empty. The laughter is gone, and food has become her companion. A slice of cake with her tea, a few cookies while watching the evening news, a late-night sandwich with a thick layer of butter. Not because she's hungry, but because she's hurting. And Rose is not alone. Loneliness among older women is far more common than people think. And what many don't know is that loneliness is not just an emotional state, it's a physical one. When you feel lonely, your body produces more cortisol, the stress hormone, and cortisol tells the body to store fat, especially in the belly area. It's not about willpower. It's not about weakness. It's a real biological response to isolation. But here's the hopeful part. Connection is powerful medicine. You don't need a crowd. You just need your circle. Join a local book club. Visit with a neighbor. Check out a craft circle, a community choir, or a gardening group. Even a 10-minute phone call with a friend can lift your spirits and calm your hormones. Laughter, touch, conversation. These aren't luxuries. They are necessities for life. So if you find yourself eating out of habit instead of hunger, look deeper. What is your heart craving? Because when you start feeding your soul, you'll find you need less from the refrigerator. And that brings us to the final hidden mistake, the one that happens when the world outside gets dark and the house grows quiet, but your body is still working and suffering in silence. Let's talk about poor sleep habits and how they secretly lead to weight gain in older women. Linda, 70, is a true night owl. She loves her late-night TV shows, crossword puzzles, and a final cup of tea. She usually goes to bed around 2 in the morning and wakes up around 9. She tells herself, I'm retired. I can sleep whenever I want. As long as I get my hours in, it's all fine. But her body is telling a different story. Over the last year, Linda has gained almost 20 pounds. She's always tired and constantly craves carbs. And despite her efforts to walk more and eat less, nothing is changing. That's because sleep isn't just rest, it's restoration. When you sleep poorly, especially when your schedule is off, your body can't properly regulate the hormones that control hunger and fullness. Specifically, two hormones, leptin and ghrelin. Ghrelin tells you when you're hungry. Leptin tells you when you're full. When your sleep is disrupted, ghrelin levels rise and leptin levels fall. This means you wake up hungrier, you want more food throughout the day, and you feel less satisfied after eating. It's a direct recipe for weight gain, and it doesn't matter how late you sleep in. What matters are your circadian rhythms, your internal body clock. It needs darkness at night, light in the morning, and consistency. So how do you reset it? Create a gentle bedtime ritual for yourself. Turn off screens by 9 p.m. Dim the lights. Have a cup of chamomile tea or warm milk. Read a few pages of a calm book, and try to be in bed with the lights out by 10 p.m. Not because you have to, but because your body deserves a chance to heal, to rebalance, and to burn fat the way it was designed to. Because no matter how healthy your dinners are, or how often you walk, if your sleep is broken, your health will be too. These 6 mistakes may be subtle, but their consequences speak loudly, through your body, your energy, and your spirit. It's not easy, is it? To feel your body changing even when you're doing everything you know how to do. You eat carefully. You try to stay active. You follow the advice you've been given. And still, the weight doesn't budge. The clothes get tighter. The energy isn't what it used to be. You start to wonder if this is all just a part of aging. You start to doubt yourself. And sometimes it feels like your efforts don't matter, that no one sees how hard you're trying, or worse, that you've somehow failed at the simple job of managing your own life. But please listen to me now. You are not at fault. It is not your fault. Your body is not broken. It is simply changing. And these changes are not a punishment. They are signals. Signals from a body that has carried you through decades of life, love, work, and wisdom. And sometimes those signals show up as weight gain, fatigue, or forgetfulness. But they are not signs of failure. They are signs of a transition. Those 6 hidden mistakes we talked about, they're not bad habits. They are simply patterns that once made sense, but may no longer be serving you. Let's look at this differently. This is not about blame. It's not about shame. It's about listening. Listening to what your body's trying to tell you. It's asking for something new, something gentler, something wiser. And now you have the knowledge to answer that call. You don't need to turn your whole life upside down overnight. You don't need a strict diet or a punishing workout routine. What you need are small acts of self-love. Tonight, have a light, nourishing dinner, something that satisfies without weighing you down. Tomorrow, take a 10-minute walk, even if it's just around your apartment or in your garden. This weekend, call someone you miss. Talk, laugh, remember what it feels like to be connected. These are not just steps. This is your gentle reclaiming of the health and peace that belongs to you. And if you feel like you are walking this road alone, please remember, you are not. There are thousands of women just like you, women who are trying, learning, and growing. And right here, in this space, you are seen, you are supported, you are part of something bigger. Aging is a journey. Yes, it comes with its aches and its challenges, but it also comes with wisdom, with grace, with strength. And when we walk it together, with compassion, with truth, and with understanding, it becomes a beautiful chapter, not a bitter one. You are not alone. You never were, and you never will be again. To quickly recap, the 6 hidden mistakes that secretly undermine your weight and well-being are skipping meals, avoiding healthy fats, prolonged sitting, drinking artificial or sugary beverages, emotional eating due to loneliness, and poor sleep habits. Each one might seem small on its own, but over time, they have a powerful impact on your body, your energy, and your confidence. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these habits surprised you the most? Was there one that made you stop and think, that's me? Or maybe one that you've already started to change? Please share in the comments. I read every single one. Your story could be the support someone else needs to see today. And if this video helped you, even just a little, if it opened your eyes or reminded you that your health is still worthy of care and attention, please subscribe to our channel. Click that like button. It helps more women find this important message. And if you know someone, a sister, a mother, a friend, who could benefit from hearing this, please share this video with them. Let's build a community that lifts each other up. Thank you for spending this time with me today. It's not always easy to talk about aging, about the changes and the struggles that come with it, but it's important, and you are worth every second of this conversation. Remember, your health matters. Your choices are still shaping your future, and your journey deserves compassion, respect, and support. Stay strong, stay wise, and above all, stay connected. I'll see you in the next video.